Welcome back to the channel. We are here May 17th, and this is going to be the breakdown for the play-in game. The two Eastern Conference matches we got going on for Tuesday between the Charlotte Hornets, Indiana Pacers, and Washington Wizards and Boston Celtics. We got two games right here going on for Tuesday play-in. This is huge implications for teams that want to be in the 7th spot or 8th spot. And I'm going to give you value, obviously, but we're trying to stay under 70K. I'm going to give you my favorite player, but I'm looking for the upside guys, and we are still sticking to the rule 7K and below. I obviously have one guy over 7K, but that's going to be my lock. I think he is a key cog in almost every lineup to have. He has to be in there because he is a big proponent. Obviously, there's other factors. There's other players like Russell Westbrook, obviously. But come on, everyone's going to give you Russell Westbrook. I understand. I think Bradley Beal's even on a more important note for this team to go to the second round. So we're going to dive right into it right now, starting off with the point guard position. TJ McConnell, point guard we got going right now. This is predicated on the news that Malcolm Brogdon is going to be in or out. If he is in, then we go to Brogdon. If he is out, then we go to TJ McConnell. In his absence, he has been outstanding. 45 minutes against Milwaukee, 31 minutes against the LA Lakers, and then 40 minutes against the Toronto Raptors. You got perspective. Just different perspective performances from him, from 44 to 37 to 50. All of those points are going to be well above his salary. And so you're getting value here. You're getting value here, especially that 50 and the 44 bomb. 37 is what you expect. Maybe 30 is what you expect. But he is a very good backup point guard. He knows how to run the offense. He is very scrappy on the defensive side. You see with the steals, 3, 4, and 2 in the last 3 games. Assists, that is not a problem for him. He can rack up the assists. He's had a triple-double before in his career, so the upside is there. At 6,200 is way too cheap if Malcolm Brogdon does not make the game. So he is trying to play. He is trying to play. If you go check on Roto World, the last update that we got, he specs Malcolm Brogdon to be a game-time call. He's listed currently as questionable after practice. Brogdon's really fighting hard there to get back on the court, said one of the coaches after Monday's practice. So we are trying to wait for more news on him. Obviously, you have to stay tuned. Closer to 6:30, around that 5 o'clock range, you should get a good idea of who's in and who's out, and then you can alter your lineups that way. But McConnell is a solid play. Next is going to be Bradley Beal at 9K. This is going to be the lock of the night. I think he is very essential for the Washington Wizards, especially going up against the Boston Celtics, who have been struggling, but they're going to need their best shooter to get to solidify that 7 seed. And have a little bit of an upset going against the Boston Celtics in Boston. And the volume is there. 27 shots, 31 against Indiana, 22 and 24. If he is hot, he can break the slate, obviously. 64 DK against Indiana, a 54 bomb against Milwaukee. Just the upside is there. The price is low. He's all the way at 9K. This is almost near 10K type of player. And you're getting him at a discounted price at 9K in a big must-win game. The ownership is going to be all over Westbrook. I think you can fit in both, but I think Bradley Beal is going to be even more key because obviously the percentage on Westbrook is going to be 60, 70%. Just because the price of Bradley Beal, he's going to be a little bit more lower owned, and he is still an essential component to the Washington Wizards, especially if he's knocking down those threes, because he can definitely have one of these 50-point games easily. And Steph Curry has that upside. LeBron James has that upside. So you got to watch out for these guys that can really, really break a slate. I think it'll be a misnomer if you do not have any Bradley Beal. Next is going to be Evan Fournier for the Boston Celtics, shooting guard and small forward, dual eligible. 6K salary, solid price. He has been stepping up in the absence of, Kemba Walker and Marcus Smart, but they're going to need his scoring to keep up pace with the Washington Wizards. Bradley Beal, Westbrook, Hachimura, David Bertans, those type of sharpshooters. They're going to need Evan Fournier. Obviously, you want Tatum. Kevin Walker is that number 2 guy, but someone that's going to be under the radar, is going to get a ton of minutes, and will shoot the ball. He should have well over 10 shot attempts, as you see, 11, 20, 15, and 16 in the last 3 games. So the upside is high. The fantasy points that he'll end at will vary, because you got a 51, you got a 44, 28, 29, and 33. But he is very key, essential player for the Celtics to, fight off these Wizards. Very tough, scrappy team. 6K is cheap for him. They had him at 62, so you're getting him a little bit at a better price. All right. Next guy that we're going to look at, I'm finding some more value here. We're going to Doug McDermott. He's been stepping up in the absence of Brogdon and Sumner and all the other guys that are missing from the Indiana Pacers. So they have to go a little bit small sometimes, and then a lot of rebounds. You may want to look at some nice rebounders on the Charlotte side. So PJ Washington at 7K is a decent player to have. O'Shea Brissett is the power forward now for the Indiana Pacers. So it'll be Doug McDermott and O'Shea Brissett, and then Sabonis, who is currently questionable. But McDermott has stepped up and have taken a solid amount of minutes, 32 against Toronto, 28 against Milwaukee, 28 against Philly. He is there to knock down those threes, provide an extra boost of offense for the Indiana Pacers, because Karis LeVert cannot do it by himself. Him and Sabonis have been in there. They need a third guy. Justin Holiday is very questionable sometimes. I think Doug McDermott is more reliable. He has more experience. And I think he's going to serve a key role for the Indiana Pacers if they want to move on to the locked-in spot that they're going to have. So I like McDermott at 4,400. He's been as high as 47. You get him a little bit cheaper. He's definitely going to get you over 20 DK. He can get you to that 30 DK range, and that's where you want him. And I think he'll be a solid play for tomorrow. Before I go to the center, I'm going to go to my other point guard. This is if Raul Neto is out. Now, if Neto is out, then they're going to need that backup point guard, and he is a, solidified, bona fide backup point guard, 6-man right here. Ish Smith, he knows how to run the second unit. He's one of the fastest guys in the NBA with the ball in his hand from one side of the court to the other side. He can get there in a blur. Obviously, 36 DK against the Charlotte Hornets, getting warmed up. He's definitely going to provide you that 20 DK range, and at a very, very cheap price. That's going to help you. You're going to need these cheap guys to help you pay up for Westbrook, for Beal, for Tatum, all those type of guys. So it's going to be ugly. You might not like it, but these key bench guys are going to come into a huge role and provide you a boost for your daily fantasy lineups. Ish Smith is going to be one of those guys. That is if Raul Neto is out. All right, you got to watch out for news on that. Last but not least is going to be Robert Williams at the center position. When he's in the lineup, they do play better. Obviously, they struggled all season, but they're gonna need the big man. They trust Robert Williams more. He's a better defender with the switching on pick and rolls than Tristan Thompson. Very active. He can block, obviously, rebound, finish. Yeah, he's a high flyer too. Big high flyer type of center. I like what I've seen out of him. He's 5,200. If he is starting, he's currently questionable. He did practice on Monday, so the signs are trending towards him coming back into the lineup. I like what I see out of him. 5,200 for Robert Williams is a nice price. And let's go over to Fanduel and see if we find some value. So we're going to start at the bottom, 5,500 for Robert Williams compared to 52 on Draftkings. I like both options on both sites. If you're going for a cheaper center, then you can. Obviously, if you want an expensive guy, then it's pretty much him. It's pretty much him. A sleeper would be Cody Zeller, and then other than that, maybe Goga Patati. But if you're not going Robert Williams, I think you should go Cody Zeller, because the Indiana Pacers do struggle with rebounding. It's just Brissett and Sabonis. Since Miles Turner has been gone, they have struggled down low. Next guy we're going to go with is Doug McDermott, 4,700 compared to 44, $300 difference, same as Robert Williams in differentiation, but it is okay. He's okay. I like him there at that price. Either site is fine. 3-point bonus that you're going to get on FanDuel and Draftkings. There's actually a 3-point bonus on FanDuel as a tournament, so that's going to be good for him. More experience. I like him more than Holiday. So if you're choosing one of those cheaper guys in that 4K range, I'm going to lean towards McDermott. Evan Fournier is the next guy. He is way priced up on FanDuel, 7,100 compared to 6K on DraftKings. This one is a more tougher price to pay for because it is $1,100 difference. You're going to need him on FanDuel to really have a breakout game. So definitely on DraftKings, questionable on FanDuel. Next guy's going to be Bradley Beal, 10K compared to 9K. So absolute lock on DraftKings. I love him on FanDuel as well. I don't care about the price. I know how much of a factor he's going to be and how many shots he's going to take. He's going to be very, very active and push this team towards a playoff spot. Okay. Next is going to be Ish Smith at 47 on FanDuel compared to 3,900, so $800 difference. You're not getting a ton of value. He's still viable on this site, obviously, because FanDuel does not play with the pricing. They are up to date with things. They're locking down stuff. I like Ish Smith still, but definitely love him on DraftKings more. And then last but not least is going to be TJ McConnell at 69 compared to 62. He is a lock if Brogdon is out. If Brogdon is out, then we're going to go away from him and you will have to find something else. So we are going to see what happens. Just pay attention to all the news. It can change at a moment's notice. So I want you guys not to make a mistake here. I want you to cash. I want all the comments and the messages and the stories down below. I'm getting more commentary. I'm liking what I'm seeing for you guys that are subscribing to my channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Let's get it over 350 by the end of the week. Hopefully we can just keep pushing it. Take advantage of the playoffs that we got going on now, since we are getting a little bit less of basketball in the next coming weeks. Since there's no more regular season, just playoffs, and it's going to dwindle down. So thank you guys for tuning in. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at MessageSD, and I'll be back tomorrow with another video. Peace out.